Y'all know what it is. Law number 5. We are back. We are back. And we are blessed with not only just the audio, but with Patrice's visual as well. So now y'all can put a face to a voice. And we are going to go at law number 5. Patrice, if you could introduce it for us, that will be lovely.
Sure. Well, thank you again for having me. This is really cool, and I look forward to doing it every week. Law number 5 says so much depends on your reputation. Guard it with your life. So,
Yes.
what I interpret from this is that it is maintaining a good reputation is important because it greatly influences how others perceive you and interact with you in the future. A good reputation can help you gain power, obtain new opportunities, and even deter enemies away from you.
Mm-hmm.
And I would also say that a damaged reputation, well, that's a bad thing because it can have long lasting negative effects and it's very hard to recover from that. And I would say that the key takeaway is to just be vigilant of how others perceive you, be vigilant of the actions that you take, because it is a crucial, your reputation is a crucial asset for maintaining power, gaining and maintaining power.
Agreed with everything. Like
Right.
reputation, it says everything. It gives you the grace that you need when you maybe make a little bit of mistake, or people always going to look at your glass half full, if they have positive thoughts about you, or on the other end, if they've heard negative things about you, if they've had negative experiences with you, they're always going to look at you in a particular light where now you got to go above and beyond to prove yourself rather than them just giving you the benefit of doubt. So reputation is everything across the board.
Right.
No, agreed. Agreed. 100%. I don't know. Can you hear me? Okay.
Mhm.
100%. It's that ability to inspire fear, intimidate. You can exaggerate your strength, and you can even command respect from a reputation. So, I mean, this one's pretty self. I mean, for me, this one's pretty
It's not as
self-evident. So,
spicy as the other
this isn't.
one.
Yeah, this ain't as spicy. This is
This
like.
isn't. But I got some questions for y'all.
Okay.
Where does this come up? And I'm gonna and to me it comes up in a lot of ways. Even with I'm looking at you as a parent. As a parent, what do kids always? We always look at what our parents do, even though they'll tell us, hey, do what I say, not necessarily what I do. But what do kids tend to follow? Like the reputation is built on the actions, what they see somebody, with their parents, and that's pretty much across the board. um Reputation is established by actions, not just talking, so it really plays a role in all of our lives. We see it. Y'all know my go-to is always going to be politically, but you just see it in everybody. You see it in sports, you see it across the board. Like, who is somebody? It allows us to set expectations for how they're going to perform, whether it's sports, whether it's politically, whether it's in a friendship, whether it's a brother, in every aspect of our lives.
Even when it comes to parenthood, imagine having a certain thought about your parent and turns out that they're a completely different thing. Like, imagine they have a different reputation and you get to find about that later on in life. So I believe you are right that this is not as spicy as the other ones. Sometimes when I think of reputation, are reputations a lie? Like, I don't want to lie.
I mean, I
That's a
feel
good
like they are.
question.
I feel like they could be. They could be in a certain context. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, 100%, because
Mhm.
I've used it in both. Like you guys are saying, both scenarios. Well, not in a parent capacity. I'm not there just yet. But like I've used it honestly or truthfully at work. Like my reputation precedes me at work, and I've gotten
Mhm.
work just based off my reputation of my skill set and my work ethic alone. You know what I mean? So in that sense, I feel like it does speak, volumes. Whereas, in other situations outside of work, and unfriendly situations where certain reputations do proceed, and I've avoided certain confrontations, or I've avoided certain situations, if you want to say that,
Mhm.
because of a certain reputation as well. for good, for better, for worse, not getting crazy, but just like, oh, that's so and so, be careful type. I feel like in those situations, it also behooves you as well. But that, technically could be a lie. They could be thinking, somebody could be thinking one thing where I'm just a regular guy. You know what I mean? But it works in my advantage because it inspired, I guess, sense of fear or respect or whatever, whatever they were feeling. But I got to go home peace and sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And very rarely are people the same person to everybody. Like, even if you're different based on the react, like if I have a relationship with somebody, or if I run into somebody and they're mean to me, then they're probably going to get a certain reaction that's different than somebody who's nice to me. So therefore, those two people, if they're asking like, yo, what type of person is Dak? Like, they're going to have two different views maybe. So,
just to feed off that, like my version of you and Patrice's version of you are two different things. You know what I mean? Your reputation, I think that's a good point. Your reputation, from my perception and from Patrice's perception, are two different things.
Right. So it's always going to be either a lie or exaggerated in a particular way. Somebody who's, you can have certain characteristics that I feel should be like that are part of your principles and values. So I want people to think that I'm an honest person. Like, that's a reputation. Like, hopefully nobody, even that person that doesn't like me, they may not like me, but I still don't want them thinking that I'm a liar or something like that. I'd rather you hate me for being too honest. Like, yo, he was too direct, too honest. You know what I mean? But at least I'm consistent with my principles. Like, there's certain things, my principles and values, that I'm not willing to budge on, no matter what this other person position they put me in. So no matter who I'm dealing with, it doesn't matter. Like, you could be an asshole, you could be nice. There's certain things that I'm just not willing to budge on, because these are my values and principles that I want everybody to associate me with.
So in your case, you wouldn't be using reputation for power. Because now I get to realize, I think that this is the second time that we get to have a conversation about this book. I think we're too good for this world, because this book is, it's you got to use your reputation for power. So you want people to think certain things about you, but you don't want them to think other things about you. That way you don't look vulnerable or that it goes against you. Again, look at the precedents or the candidates that we have now. I'm not going to get into politics because you're Mr. Policy here.
No, I keep it. Come on. I just look at it a lot. I'm not any smarter. I just look at it a lot.
But
I don't know much about politics, but I do know that they have a reputation to keep. And then also, I took a course at Rutgers. It's called The Art of Persuasion. So it's about the way they apologize to you, how speeches are thoroughly crafted, because of course, when you go and confront an audience, you are crafting this message. You want the message you want it to get to the point. You don't want them to know too much, too little. You want them to respect you for whatever it is that you're trying to portray. So my question would be I think you, Amir, it's not really a question, but I think you are right now the only one that would be using reputation for power right now, due to your skill set, and you've been in your industry for a long time, so you definitely have a reputation. And would you say it has helped you perhaps to associate yourself with other powerful people? Like, do you find your reputation important after all?
That's crazy. She switched the script on me.
Sorry,
All
I don't mean to put you on the spot.
You better not apologize. Let it rock.
I definitely think of you, has your reputation come in handy yet?
I mean, yeah, I'll definitely, I'll be the first to admit that. We could use that in the work context or in the corporate context. It has helped for several things. It's helped me to earn, as a respect and work ethic. Like, they know my reputation, not respect, but it's also, like you're saying as well. I don't know. I guess you could say a little bit of fear, and it's helped me to bump shoulders with other people with such reputations as well. So even bleeding across industries or bleeding across fields, right? I'm able to rub shoulders with, people that are, I'm in tech, let's say, cybersecurity. So I'm able to rub shoulders with people of similar reputations in real estate or in the market, in trading, in, artificial intelligence, different stuff like that, where I'm able to bump those shoulders because people perceive us to have a similar reputation.
Mhm.
So you could say they throw the alley and they're like, hey, do you know so and so? Like, I feel like you guys should know each other. I feel like you guys, would get along really well. So I do get, it has, I guess, to answer your question, Patrice, it does breed, I guess, success. A good reputation does breed success and power, if that answers the question. Because there's certain rooms I wouldn't have gotten into had I not had that reputation.
Okay.
I'll put it like that.
And you know what I'm about to do? I'm getting ready to look up the definition of power, because when you brought that up, it made me think. And see, I want to use it from an influence standpoint when it comes to power. Like, I always want to use it to influence it, but I just don't want to use it to have power over other people. I want to use it to empower other people. You know what I mean? So for me, I want my work and what I put out, whether it's this, whether it's a fitness video, whether it's something that I deliver on the job, I want my work to be powerful. I want it to be like powerfully speaking and representing the type of person that I am. However, I'm not doing it necessarily to have power over somebody. Like, I don't really wake up and thinking like, yo, who am I? You know what I mean? It's more so like, okay, the more people that I can influence, the more people that I can inspire, whatever it may be, I need to make my work as powerful as possible. So that way it'll influence more people, it attract more potential clients, and kind of just build it out from there.
Well, actually, let me ask you, both of you guys, a question now. Do you think a powerful reputation intimidates others?
Oh yeah.
Do you think?
I would say.
I'll let you go first. Yeah, you go first.
I would say so, especially if an opponent feels that the other person has way more power. I just lost my train of thought. Please
No, you're good. And I want to cut it out.
Repeat the question, because I think
I was gonna say, do you think a powerful reputation
can be intimidating
others? And also, if so, give an example from your perspective or something that you've been through each.
I like that.
You know what?
I think that's back to you, Patrice.
Very relatable example. Let's say you are a bottle girl that already has a reputation in a really good club, and you're going to get a new job in another one. You have a reputation, so other people will get intimidated, and then they'll try to get in between what you can do. They'll try to cut your shifts or influence somebody else's opinion about you. Hasn't really happened to me, but I've seen it happen.
Of all the times I've been outside, I never thought of that. That's crazy.
Yeah, think about it. If you get certain,
I used to see that because I used to see it a couple I used to see it in the club.
So do you think a good reputation would circumvent that in that situation, or is it because they have a good reputation that these other people are intimidated and more? I guess, in Iron Man and what was that, Avengers, right? They were saying, what was that Vision in one of the Avengers? He was saying,
I ain't even see it. I gotta check out the event.
Watch how Jordy's does. Watch how Jordy's does.
Yeah, please connect it.
So he was saying, there's a lot of evil in the world. The Avengers were talking. They're like, oh, there's so many bad guys, but they were the hero Vision or whatever his name was. He was saying it's a duality, right? Does having a good reputation thus incite more people to try to tear down your reputation or to try to come at you, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I think that definitely can. Everybody, like, it depends on what kind of space you're in, but no matter what space you're in, if you're successful, people want to be in that spot. Whether that's them wanting to be like you, all these things, they still want to be in that spot. So I think it's on them to kind of different people, depending on what type of personality they have, they're going to approach trying to get into that spot in different ways. Some may be hating on you, some may be befriending you, like, yo, Mir, like, yo, Patrice, yo, I see you got a good reputation. Like, how'd you get, you know what I mean? Most people, if they're so insecure to the point where they can't lower their ego and reach out to somebody else for help who they see that is on their level, I think that it can be very intimidating. Very intimidating. It happens with me when I'm talking to politics with people, because that's a topic that a lot of people are insecure about, just because it's more so naive, where it's like, I just don't know a lot about that. And the people that I see speaking on it mostly are in shirt and tie, suit. So therefore we just associate it with, they must have this superior intelligence, when in all actuality, those people are just as dumbed down or trying to dumb us down, when politics is very just simple. This is politics. Power is politics. It's just a movement of power. It's very simple, but they complicate it in order to keep us kind of away from it. I really think so. So it can be intimidating, just having a reputation of somebody like, yo, they're in politics. And now it's like, whoa, you're smart, or you're a doctor. It's like, people get intimidated. Like, you know what I mean? It's just, and the more insecure people are, the way that they're going to handle it, to me, in a negative way, where, you can, instead of being intimidated by something, you can just appreciate it and admire it, rather than being intimidated by
rather than fearing it. Gotcha.
But people be hating. So,
people be hating.
Sometimes it doesn't. So.
Yeah, people be hating.
In the context of this book, that's what it talks about, how to get to use this reputation so that you keep the haters in control, so that others perceive you nicely, so that you can, over influence their thoughts and actions. So I bet it's a hard thing to do, to just juggle all of this, people's perception, people's respect towards you, how you look in front of others, how to handle the people that you intimidate for having a good reputation. So I guess this is what the book is about.
Yeah. Now let me try to like bring it to the dark side of the book, because the book always like people are probably going to be listening to us like, oh, that sounds like such a nice book and all this, you know what I mean? Just because we're looking at it from that aspect. But from a standpoint of protecting, I think it's important where you need to exhibit a certain amount of power or potential for power. Power where people know that even if this person's being nice to me, even this person is not being overbearing, I know that if I cross this line, this is what's going to happen in return. Like when you go to the example of the book, what was the guy, like the sleeping dragon? I forget what he was known for, but he was always known for outsmarting other people. And here he got an army with 100,000 to retreat, where he just had 100 people, because people had a certain perception of him, and he had so much confidence in order to go along with it, where somebody was second guessing it, like, wait, no, this got to be a trick. This got to be a trick. This got to be a trap. Let's get out of here. It happens in every aspect of our life, where we'll start overthinking something because somebody else is so damn confident. We're looking at it like, yo, I could never be that confident if I didn't have twice the size of the army that you have. But here he's sitting and it's just confidence. It's everything. But I think that if you have something that other people want, or if you're in a spot that other people aspire to be in, I think because you can't just bet on everybody's just going to be nice, they love me. You have to have a certain reputation that is like, yo, that person's real nice, but if you cross that line, it's not going to be friendly, and it's not going to be good for you. I think that's important.
I just want to quickly insert the first thing I thought of when I read this chapter, and before relating to all the personal stuff, I thought of the mob. I thought of the mafia. If I'm being honest, like, and I'm not putting out anybody on blast. I don't know.
There's different mobs, different mafias. I mean? But I just
the mob.
We in Jersey, baby. It is what it is.
Like, the mob as a concept, like the mafia as a concept, right? It has a reputation like if you mess with one, you messing with all of us type thing, right? Whereas like you have somebody's a nice guy, they're grabbing whatever.
Yeah.
You know, if you punch him,
yeah,
that's not the only guy you're punching. You have like you said, an army. There's a
you touched one of the guys, like
100%. You have the perception of an army of 100,000 that's gonna come after you, whereas you don't know, but it's that reputation that messes with the head. I feel like
confidence.
Yeah,
like I'm sure I'm sure pretty women go through this all the time. Just your confidence, and guys, we feel it too, but I don't think we notice it as much. Like but if you walk into a room just with a certain level of confidence, you feel me? I'm gonna make it just with a certain level of confidence. It's gonna be intimidating, and
oh yeah, for sure. You know, I'm gonna leave it nameless, but if there's a female that has a reputation for being an upstanding female, great dressing, you know, good looking, you know, just composing herself, 100%. Guys 100% are intimidated. I feel like they
and girls
100%. Both ways, both ways. But I feel like whatever, let's say
definitely guys.
Guys are way more
insecure dude.
Way more intimidated. I feel like guys are more intimidated and fearful of a woman with a good reputation than a woman is of a guy with a good reputation. Maybe Patrice, correct? You know, feel free to butt in if I'm wrong, but I feel like
because a guy, we come in. If it's a good girl, we know we got to be on our.
You got to be, you
know
what
I mean?
100. Like
most women they want a good guy. Like they see a good guy, it's like, yo, I want that. Like we see a good girl, and that damn near like if we're not on good time ourselves, then it's like I feel bad. Like I don't want to.
Next time I'm gonna get her. I'll buy her a shot next time. I'll say what's up and get her a coffee. Like, oh, my shirt is untucked. All right, next time. Like, I don't know. I feel like if the guy isn't on P's and Q's, the intimidation factor is real. I'm not gonna lie, I folded a couple times.
But I meant as far as the women on the women, like, you know, I think that you could see, as I already know, and y'all feel it because y'all will still have to interact with them. I feel like in certain situations, like you go to, whether you at work or anything, like the women that are hater, like, damn, they hating on you you come with your clothes, you know, maybe looking nicer to work than everybody else, or just everybody's nicer to you because you're nicer to everybody. You got the little mean people, and it's just always going to happen. But I think as far as the reputation, even to that, in that situation, anybody who says something about you at work, it's like, you just want somebody to give you that benefit of doubt, you know, where it's just like somebody says something negative about this person, but that's not really consistent with the person that I know. You know what I mean? So
reputation
right. So across the board, I mean, reputation, it can get as spicy as we want it to get. It could be not like y'all know how this goes. One, you have a bad interaction with a woman, and it's like, damn.
And that guy gets a bad rep.
Yeah,
and nobody wants to talk to him
shorty.
no more. We've both seen that too.
I think us women, when it comes to you men, we're a bit less judgmental, because sometimes a guy might have a bad reputation, but we want to see that for ourselves sometimes. Oh no, but he treats me good. So maybe he treated you bad, but he'll treat me good. And only later on you get to see that perhaps they were right, but perhaps they were wrong. However, one thing I didn't know is that men get intimidated by women sometimes, especially when it's a good girl. I usually thought that was girl talk, like, oh no, he's just intimidated by you. I thought this was girls just supporting each other and just saying whatever to get their girl to feel good. But
it probably is most of the time. Nah. It may be, but I'll tell you this. The reason why you probably didn't know that is because when a guy's intimidated by a girl, he's just not going to interact with you. Like, we're just not going to interact with you on a certain, like, we're not going to holler at you.
It's going to be awkward.
Like,
it's going to be
you know what I mean? We're not as bold where you could get a certain, any woman will feel like they can holler at any dude. Dudes, it's a little bit different. Like, if a dude is intimidated by a girl or thinks she's too pretty, whatever, you know, out of my league a little bit, then the dude is just not gonna
bother.
Yeah, like, so you're not even gonna know. You're not even gonna know. Like the dude is gonna go find somebody that he feels is on his like just a little more. I don't know. I don't want to say realistic, but that's just how guys are gonna just play it because we're so worried about our ego getting damaged. You know what I mean? We'd rather not even. Like, nah, I'm gonna just play this on rookie. I'm not gonna put this on all Madden. We're gonna play on rookie. Like, and not to say that this is how I approach things. Me, I'm swinging for the fences. It is what it is.
I might be a little intimidated. I'm not gonna lie. There's situations where I've been a little intimidated, or like a couple of situations. I walked in a room and I've seen a female and I know her reputation, and I have been intimidated.
What was her reputation?
Right.
So.
Patrice, you think I'm gossiping? I'm over here, like.
The one I'm thinking about, the interaction. You know, she had a, had her own thing going.
What was her name? No, I'm joking. Nah, go ahead. Nah, go ahead. Explain. My fault. You're not going to name drop. Nah, but keep going.
You know who it is.
Yeah, I'm sure. What was her reputation?
Nah, just be, stand up. You know what I'm saying? Like, always dealing with stand up dudes, being respectable, not really being out here. Like when she's with a guy.
I know who you're talking about. First off, she out here, so don't even be timid about it. Let's knock that off from the. Nah, I promise you.
Reputation is not the truth, but you remember, reputation is just that what others perceive of you.
Actually, that's an amazing point because that could be the whole truth. I would have never known. Yeah.
By the way, I am 100%. I have no idea who he's talking about, and I feel like.
No, I really don't know either. I'm just saying that after all, reputation is just that what others perceive of you based on repeated actions that you've taken. I don't know.
Actions or the limited interactions that they have with you, or just the word of mouth from others based on either fear or respect. So in this case, I was hoping it was from respect. You know what I mean? Because I'm not gonna lie, I definitely I was, I was sitting in my little corner. I was avoiding it until the Don Julio, until that kicked in.
A little liquid courage. Okay.
And then I started swinging. I put the game on all Madden. Yeah. And I started swinging. I missed a couple, but I started swinging.
So I was gonna ask,
but I will add very quickly. Y'all both smiling. Y'all not right for this. Y'all both.
I'm just trying. I'm in my mind. I'm trying to figure out like who is this?
My reputation preceded B. She knew who I was when I walked in the room, and we had a pleasant conversation.
As she should. You heard? But what I was gonna ask is what, and you may have asked this, Patrice, already, but I'm thinking in my mind like, when has reputation saved me from a situation that I thought like I was worried, like I'm like, damn, I'm gonna lose this opportunity, but my reputation, at least, I can give you examples where in sports, where let's say you have a bad game, or we tend to focus on all the areas where we messed up, not the areas where we did well. Right. So I've come out of a game, maybe I didn't play as well as I wanted to, but because my reputation was still like, he works hard. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, well, it's like, yo, he might have a bad game, but yo, he's going 100%. It just gave me, maybe it only gave me an extra day, but it just gave me an extra day to go out there and fight, an extra day to show them more of who I really am, that I can compete. So that was definitely more on the positive end. On the negative, I don't know. Y'all tell me some positives. By the time we circle back, I'll give you a negative. The negatives are all like the trivial, spicy stuff where I feel as if, and maybe it's not even a negative.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like Patrice holding out. She's got
Patrice definitely holding out.
I was listening because I was gonna give another example. Like, let me know when you're ready.
We'd rather hear yours.
Man, think of Chris Brown. That man has been trying to redeem himself for years for what he did to Rihanna. He can dance. This dude can paint, etc., and he has not been able to come back from that fully.
Can you repair reputation? That's a good question, I guess.
Can you? It's very. I'm not saying that it's impossible, but it's very hard to come back from it's very hard to repair a reputation. And so I think the emphasis of this rule in the book is to guard it safely.
Right. Because once they get your queen, they get you. I'm just thinking of chess, not in actual
Yeah.
reality.
I feel like, sorry to not, no, go ahead.
Yeah, to guard it safely and use it wisely, because it can backfire. It could really help you out, but it can also backfire.
Maybe so. This is all right. So now I'm in scheming mode. If I'm in a situation where I need to be aware of whoever I'm interacting with, I wonder what they think my reputation is. Because if I know what they think my reputation is, then I can manipulate and finesse the situation. And that's the negative aspect of it. But the more I'm aware of, like, let's say even from like a job interview, I know we talked about that before, where if I think that they believe my reputation is just one thing, then I actually use it to my advantage all the time, because people will just associate like football. So they'll say like, they don't, people don't really associate football players with being intelligent, right? So I just use it to my advantage. So they think this, and I just come with something totally different, to where now they're kind of like intrigued. They're looking like it's a endangered species. Like, oh my God, like, this guy's football and he can read. Like, it's like, damn, the standard is so low. Go ahead. We didn't hear you. Say it again.
You exceed the expectation.
Yeah, right. So as long as I'm aware of, I'm thinking like, all right, how would they know me? Okay, so they know me through this person. They know me, and it's just, I'm not saying that I'm actively doing that all the time, or if I'm in situations to do it. But that is dark. That's what I said. I was like, yeah, I gotta spice it up a little bit. But I am always gonna be aware of how this person is perceiving me, so that way I can, if I need to, and a lot of times I'll break that ice from the jump. You know what I mean? Like just jump in there, break the ice. Like, oh, you heard that? Yeah, let's talk about it. What they tell you? Like, word? Yeah.
So in that case, I think you are going against the law. Then no, you're breaking the perception of your reputation.
I'm just using it. As you said, Patrice, you want to guard it with your life, right? You want to guard your reputation with your life. However, none of us perfect, and if you have a situation with somebody on a personal level, let's say y'all had a bad friendship breakup, I don't know, I'm just bringing up different things. Clearly that person's probably not going to be as honest, or
that's true,
or their perspective is going to be totally different than yours. You know what I mean? So if I'm interacting with somebody who knows me through another person that I may have had a negative experience with, then I'm going to be aware of that. And I'm gonna scheme on that. Not scheme on it in a way where it's just I'm gonna act totally normal, but I know in the back of my mind you think that I'm this way because you know me through this person. But now you're gonna see something different, maybe, and I'm looking forward to your reaction.
I feel like the book has a dark context to it, where for this rule, if it's a positive reputation or positive idea, you want to keep it positive, right? But for example, I'm just throwing an example out there. If I have a reputation for being ruthless, like,
that's a good point.
People on the street are being ruthless. I don't care what you think my reputation is. My reputation is for being ruthless. And you could get mad at me. You could talk back, whatever about me. But I know you're not, even if it's broken, oh, he was a softie. He's this. All right, give me a week. It'll be back. The rep will be out there in the street. So I feel like taking this as a dark context, I feel like that's the book is definitely highlighting those instances as well, where for ruthlessness and ambitiousness, I guess you could say as well, because people that have a reputation for being ambitious, you stay out of their way. For a hustler, if I know somebody has a reputation for being a hustler, I'm either trying to work with them or get the heck out of their way. One of the two.
It's like, yo, if you know that person's a dog, then you may want to it just is what it is. It's something that we may not even acknowledge out loud, but it's just, I'm aware of this. And you know what I mean? Like, it's like, yeah, what kind of day you feel like having? You feel like having a challenging day? Because that's what it's going to be if you deal with that person you know what I mean? It's just, it's different things. And I think it's just us knowing ourselves and being honest with ourselves, and us also being honest with how we would perceive ourselves if we weren't giving ourselves the favor that we like to that we tend to give ourselves. You know what I mean? Like if we weren't looking at it from a biased standpoint.
That was a tongue twister.
Yeah,
You
that
could say
definitely
that.
was a tongue
You could
twister.
say
I
that
don't even
5
know what I
times.
said, but y'all, as long as y'all understand, that's
I get
all
it.
that
I get it.
matters. Yeah.
I
But
guess when it
reputation.
comes to, whoops, oh my God, I keep doing it. I guess that when it comes to reputation, it all depends what you're looking to get, whether it's, you if you want to influence others and you want to have power over others, then you heavily rely on a reputation. If all you want is money and you don't care about people, you don't care to be a celebrity or anything, you might not really care about reputation, only to just get that money. If you already have a job and you feel like you don't need to demonstrate who you really are, then you don't rely on your reputation too much because you're content with the job that you have. Or if you're already a super an overachiever, and you sometimes you don't need to prove anything else, so you don't care about the reputation that you have because you already feel like you achieved everything. um I guess it all
That's me.
depends what you want in life.
Yeah.
So sometimes, unfortunately, when you're out there in the spotlight and under a lot of scrutiny, you need to heavily rely on reputation. And honestly, I don't think that's something I want. And not that I have anything to hide, but it's not really what I aspire to do. I don't think I care much about having power over others, where I have to safeguard who I really am in order for
Yeah.
to not be seen as vulnerable or not good enough.
I don't know. I feel like, okay, not to, you know what, you made it. She put me on the spot, so I'm gonna put you on the spot right now.
Yeah.
So I feel like as you
What?
step into, deeper into corporate America, right? In your given position, I'm not gonna, you could give more details if you want, but in your given position, do you think you're gonna have to guard your reputation? Because corporate America, has a trademark of invading privacy very quickly. They have, that habit, corporate America as a whole, that, if you are vulnerable or if they can squeeze more out of you, they will. So do you think you need to protect your reputation for, hey, like after 5 o'clock, I do this, or hey, don't call me after 5 o'clock, or I'm only 9 to 5, or
You just
know what
made
I mean?
me. Ooh.
So all right, I'll
Tag me in after this.
Gotta tag you in this.
Yeah. Tag me in after, Patrice. I'm gonna remember.
Well, overall, I'm a very private person. So definitely with jobs, um, I have very heavy boundaries. Even me, when I used to be a bartender and a bottle girl, like all I did was be a bottle girl, a bartender, have very few friends, and go home. Sometimes I
So
have
definitely
the
keeping that.
tendency to disappear sometimes. So I don't heavily rely on reputation. I don't think I have done
But
so.
wouldn't your reputation be being private then? That's your reputation, no?
I haven't taken the time to get to hear what others think of me, to be honest. I think I have always just had like tunnel vision about myself.
You're not worried about it.
I'm not really worried about it unless
Yeah.
somebody comes and says something to my face, whether good or bad. If it's good, I'll quickly say thank you. I'll compliment you back or whatever it is. If it's bad, like I definitely will want to know why you think that, and I'll clarify it real quick because I don't think I
Yeah.
have. There's no one out there that can say like, okay, this girl did this to me, or no, she's lying about this. Like I don't. It's not about being
Yeah.
perfect, but I don't really rely on reputation. I don't think I ever have, and it's just not me.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's in based on that, we like from a guy's perspective, you definitely have a reputation. If you carry yourself that way, it's a good reputation.
I was gonna
Like
say,
that's like you
for
have a
sure.
reputation.
Yeah.
But it's like anything else. Most people who are not concerned about, like, if you're the person that's waking up just concerned about what's my reputation, that would drive me crazy, be phony.
Right.
Like I said, I know what principles and values I want to live by. And other than that, like I don't really care how everybody feels about it, because I'm only going to align with people that are on my frequency. So if you're not feeling me, then you just may not be aligned with where I'm at right now. That's totally fine. But some of the things that I do, I tell you, for like, it comes up for me more so in areas where it's like oh, it was a big deal for me to put a picture up with a cigar.
Okay.
Like last week, like
Okay,
really, because it's
yeah.
like you know, like more like health and fitness,
Your
but
reputation,
I smoke a cigar every once in a while.
your
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like every once in a while. And for me, like that was just probably a regular post. But for me, I was like, my mom texted me like, don't be smoking too much of them cigars, put those cigars down, you know what I mean? But she knows that I don't smoke a lot of cigars, but it's there's certain things that I'm not willing to show the world yet.
Okay.
You know, and a lot of that is just fear. But it's always a balancing act for me, because it's like, damn, by you not showing this part of you that you're a little bit nervous to show, or you just don't think that everybody needs to be aware of that, then you may be closing the door on other people that could connect with you through that aspect of it. And you may be closing the door where it's just like people who, I'll give you an example. This is something totally different. People who don't eat meat. Like there's somebody, let me give it. Yeah. So people don't, some people will act like they don't eat meat, but will be eating meat and just like faking it. And just like, I'm like, bro, like if you eat meat, like free somebody else, because
Like,
somebody else is probably feeling terrible about it. Just say you eat meat. You know what I mean? That was just an example that my buddy and I were talking about, but it could be smoking. It could be drinking. It could be all these different things that I may do every once in a while, but because I'm guarding my reputation, because even though I may be okay with this, I may be worried about it. I may be worried about losing a potential client or a potential opportunity. Then I won't present it to the world or be as transparent as I am with other aspects of my life. Sorry for the long-windedness.
No, that's okay. No, I can totally think of something else too. At first I was really afraid to show the world, in this case Instagram, that I was pregnant. Like it took me a while to actually post that picture and to just own up to it, like I'm pregnant. And then now, after you mentioned your example, I get to think about it. It's like, was I trying to safeguard reputation? But at the same time, what reputation? I've never been a widow. Like, sex is a part of life. Like, I can't get pregnant. Like,
the way she said that was crazy.
Word, I didn't know you was going there.
I know you was gonna say it like that.
oh, I'm sorry.
No, we didn't connect the two with as far as being pregnant. In our mind, it's like, yeah, you're pregnant, though. But
Right.
in your mind, you're like, was I worried about people thinking that I'm a hoe, or you know what I mean? No.
Right. And I'm not. Like, nobody out there can tell you that I am. Like,
reputation.
Like, what am I trying to do here? Like, why am I not hiding this, but why am I not showing it? Is it due to my private nature that I'm just like that? Sometimes I keep things a secret that don't even need to be a secret. It's part of me. I don't even even getting a new computer, I don't say anything, or I don't know why, but I was doing that with the pregnancy. And now that you say that, was I trying to safeguard a reputation? Like, but guess what? After I posted that I was pregnant and I post my baby because I love her and I want to share it with the world how much I love her, I've connected with other moms.
Very
like,
nice. Very nice.
Yeah, it happens. And you were closing that off, and you could have had that connection, that tribe, that community, that entire time. But I do it all the time. Like I'm telling you, I do it. Go finish, because I cut you off. I'm sorry.
Oh no, don't even worry. No, but yes, sometimes we hide things to safeguard what and why. Like when we can just own up to, we're not presidents, we're not, who's really watching us that we need to.
And even if you are, the president, you know what I mean? Like, be open, like who you are. Like, honestly, that's what a lot of people are drawn to Trump for. Like, outside of everything, like you may think he's the biggest asshole, but you know that he's being himself. There's something that is, you know what I mean? There's something that's attractive about that. Intriguing.
So the reputation for Trump and what it intrigues. I'm gonna keep us out of it. I'm gonna keep it non-personal. Trump's reputation is for, I'm a jerk, I'm a this, I'm a that. But what you see is what you get.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Kamala.
Make sure you say that name right.
Kamala's reputation was for being for the people, for democratic, and Now her reputation has shifted. I feel like to being deceitful.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We just gonna nod, Patrice. We just gonna nod. But no, I'm with you. You know,
Safeguarding reputation more than Trump is. You know, but
say it again. Say it again.
No, that I think she relies heavily on reputation.
Yeah.
I think Democrats too overall. They're good
Agreed.
and we're so good, and you know Trump is such an asshole, but he's just being who he is, and he got an audience. So
I think because one group, the Democrats know that their reputation is going to be more based on how somebody feels about them, like more emotional components, where Trump's is based on an emotional component, but it's not worried about making you feel good. I'm telling you what it is. If you align with it, cool. If not, get with it or get ran over or go over there with the mother guy. You know what I mean? Like that sounds like a team I want to play for, coach. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's just from out policies and everything else set aside. That's what, like, there's something intriguing about it.
Nah, for sure. Yeah, you could tell based off the conventions that was the case, right? Like the Republican convention is what it is, guys. This is what it is.
This is what we're gonna do. This is what we're
gonna do. This is the policy. I'm running. If you like it, great. If not, you ain't getting no money next election. So you probably won't get voted. All right, yeah, cool.
The blacks taking on the black. I bang with Trump. Like, I gotta admit, just he's hilarious.
And then you got Kamala at the Democratic convention. To what you were saying about the emotions, performances, Beyonce, you know, stuff that.
If we don't win, you're gonna be in chains and shackles. And I'm like, wait, what? Like, how did we get here? Like I'm gonna be. We going back to slavery if we lose? Like
that's crazy. And so what Patrice was saying earlier, like the Democrats, I feel both parties use political gamesmanship for sure.
Yeah,
but the Democrats is just running games on the voters, which is crazy. Like you ain't get fact checked once in the debate. But the other guy got fact checked live 5 times.
Yeah. You know what I feel like? It's almost as if, as you said earlier, Patrice, when sometimes with women that are entertaining certain guys, y'all may hear about his reputation, but not care. You need to experience it for yourself. Maybe this is more along those lines where
I like women like that.
You know what I mean?
Experience it for yourself.
Experience for yourself.
Please experience it for yourself.
This is the difference, I think, when it comes to more like with the political parties, with the Democrats, where it's almost as if, I don't know. Never mind.
Say it. We're all here. Say it.
I don't know if I drew a blank or if, well, I think with the Democrats, with their goal is to obviously make things more emotional, but when they're looking to appeal to you, it's just I guess it's just a different strategy. I think I lost the main part of what I was going to say, but it was just piggybacking on what you already said. But it's just the reputations. But with the women, with the Democrats, it's like their group. They know that when I talk to Democrats, they want to root for Kamala so bad. It doesn't matter what the other person says. Like that's a strong,
for sure,
like reputation, and it to the point where it doesn't even matter. Like it doesn't even matter if she continues to live in the reputation that we had. People will just gonna rationalize it whatever way to support who they want to support. So my apologies. I kind of lost my train of thought.
Right. No, I get what you mean.
You
just want to appeal to your good side.
Right. I got a funny story for y'all, real quick.
Funny story.
So this was with a doctor. I was on the beach. Okay. I was on the beach with my young boy.
Is this like a knock joke?
No. Just crazy. I was on the beach, Miami. We were out there, I don't know, 15 years ago, maybe. And we saw this couple. It was like Valentine's Day weekend. We saw this couple in Franklin pulled up. I wasn't supposed to say a name, whatever. It is what it is. One of my boys, Franklin, pulled up, and then one of my other boys pulled up. and they started rolling up, getting ready to smoke. And at the time, it was a little bit different then. You know, smoking weed 10 years ago was different than smoking it now. And I said, like, yo, what you like? I had just met this doctor who worked for the Secret Service. He was telling me he worked for the Secret Service. Funny story. And he's just sitting there, and I'm like, bro, like you're rolling up. Like, yo, I just met this doctor. Like, I'm trying to make a connection. Like, you messing it up. The doctor walks over there, and I'm like, damn, here he go. Dude just rolling up in the middle, still out there. He's like, yo, y'all about to smoke? My man looked at me. My man looked at me, not Franklin, my other homie. He looked at me and was like, I told you. Everybody smokes. And he gave me that type of thing. And I was like, damn, here I am so worried about my reputation. The doctor is more intrigued by, like, he's more interested in my home. You know what I mean? And it's just like, yo, at the end of the day, just be yourself, bro. Just be yourself. So that's, I don't know where that hits, you know, in our discussion, but it was just a funny thing where I'm worried about protecting my reputation and hear this doctor coming over, like, trying to smoke. Like, and then he ended up walking over my homeboy and smoking. And I'm like, now I'm out the loop. Like, I don't know.
That's hilarious.
Guard it with your life.
Trying to get a new job, if you're not trying to be under scrutiny or be, our next generation singer or any of that, man, just be yourself. Like, who are you fooling here? And why would you want to fool others? I remember back then, now that you talk about weed, I remember, I used to smoke before the baby, and back then people would tell me, oh, you smoke? I thought you were so innocent. But I always was like, what does that have to do with being innocent or not? Like,
yeah.
Like,
I'm not gonna lie, I definitely told her that too. I was like, yo, you smoke? Like,
is everybody? Yeah.
It's like, damn, I can't be an innocent weed smoker. Like,
now you're guilty. Like, now you evil. Like, you're corrupt. Like, terrible reputation.
You're not
like,
so innocent.
Shit, it doesn't get more innocent than that. I used to grab my weed, go back home, and smoke it in peace. Like, what's so not innocent about that?
It's actually pretty,
yeah. It's great perception though. It's perception. Yo, who cares about reputation, man? Like, I'll tell you, the people that to me have the best reputations are the ones that just don't care about their reputations. Like the ones that I think about as far as for me. Like I
feel like for men that works.
For men. Like I think of like 50.
Yeah.
Like I think of 50 who had a book with Robert Greene. Yeah. Just somebody who's super fearless. I think of like a Dame Dash who he has a reputation, it doesn't matter, bro. I'm just living my life how I want to live it. And
but I feel like, okay, sorry for you. I'm
go ahead.
Cut in on that one.
Please.
Because I feel like it's not so much, there's a certain element of I don't care what you think. But I heard a quote once. It was, and this applies specifically for guys. I've seen for high performing men and women. I will say it across the board. But you got to move like the king, or you got to move like you don't care who is. So I feel like
move like the king, or
move like you don't care who is.
Who is? Yeah.
So I feel like that's not necessarily they don't care about their reputation. It's just more, I just don't care. You're not gonna stop me. I don't think it's so much the reputation as you're not gonna stop me. Because
I agree with you.
Actually. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't care about my reputation to y'all that don't matter. I know that as long as I'm locked in with my people, and that's a good point, because you take somebody like Dame Dash, a lot of the things that he talks about are honor, respect amongst his people.
Exactly.
But to everybody else outside, it's like, yo, I know if I'm locked in, if I'm aligned, I know I have people around me that'll check me if I'm off. So that's a great point.
And if you read 50's book, I don't know if you read 50's book.
I haven't read 50's book.
Patrice, I think you'd find it, if you're reading this book, I feel like you reading 50's book, you'd find it very intriguing as well. He talks about very similar morals. Like in his camp, he commands honesty, loyalty. Like if you're gonna be on tour with him, he's like, I stopped bringing. He said in his book, he was like, I stopped bringing the whole hood up because I can't command that from a certain so many people. But if you're on with me now, the select few, he's like, you're not gonna fight with other people. There's no infighting. You want to fight with somebody else? I got your back, no problem. But I demand honor. I demand loyalty. I demand you to. My reputation cannot be affected because of you infighting type. You know what I mean?
It's funny you say that. I just saw an interview with him talking about he had a rule in his house where he had to discipline people, call a meeting, yo, what's my rule? Like, you don't fight in my house. We don't fight amongst each other. So yeah. It's funny that those people that care so much about their group, like their circle, and how things are conducted in their circle, because they're so good in their circle, it's like
the perception.
I'm not the perception. Everybody else is like they don't care about everybody else. Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. I've seen 50 in the club a couple times. The perception I got, he don't care. He's just out here having fun.
Just like,
you know, but to hear interviews and reading and to understand like the reputation in house or in hood and group is so tight and such a big component. I feel like but that's just me.
Nah, I like that. What's our time check? 56 minutes. We'll wrap it up. I'll let Patrice, you
last word.
Yeah, like get your last words, last questions, last whatever. I guess your reputation, you know, you smoke a lot of weed.
You guys,
what else?
Girls like guys with strong reputation.
You know, I used to.
No, I'm messing with you.
Not even.
How do guys? Let me ask a question. How do guys approach a girl with a strong reputation?
Oh, so now let's extend
it.
We're gonna extend it about 5-10 minutes.
Man, you guys are so well, you know what? Being
the same way you would approach any other girl.
The hoe example again, but sometimes
call her a hoe?
No, I'm talking about the hoe example again. I feel like sometimes you guys are so. I'm not saying that because a girl is a hoe, you shouldn't be nice to her. Not at all. Please don't misinterpret me. But you guys want to
be a hoe. I'm not
your best behavior with a hoe. I don't get that. So,
that's crazy.
Do you guys get
it? You want to know why guys do that? I think I'm just thinking about it just based on our conversation. It's because that crowd, they don't want to lose out on their comfort. That's their comfort. A girl that may be at their league or maybe a little out of their league, or they feel that that's an uncomfortable situation. A girl that they feel like, she should want to be with me. She should want to be under, whatever. I think that they're scared of losing out that comfort aspect on who is supposed to be rocking with them. But can I give myself some space to change my mind? But yeah, I think that guys, I don't know. I'm just putting myself in the minds of those people. But your actions, certain people are going to demand more respect. It just is what it is. And I think guys are more aware of that. Like we said earlier, like if you see a girl, come on, bro, case in point. If there's a group of us, and I think we may have talked about this before. If there's a group, think back to when we used to go to the mall, and let's say there's 5 dudes. We go up to the mall and we see a group of five women. Mm-hmm. Every single guy, it's almost like a position on a team where it's like you play point guard, you the center. Yeah. Look, you got to be on the wing shooting threes. The guys, there's not going to be any argument. There's going to be, okay, those 2 girls are the prettiest. This one is probably she a little whatever. It's just, and the guys are going to know exactly who. You may not know exactly who, but I'm probably going to end up talking to one of those 2 girls.
But you also accept the girl's going to choose, like, all right, you know what I mean? Like, the girl's going to, all right, if she takes bro, that's it. That's what it is. Patrice.
We know who they are.
I got to hear Patrice.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Damn, I think it like all this time, us as women, we think that you guys have the advantage. Like, oh no, he's not gonna want me, or he does this, so he's not gonna want me. But you guys think this about us. So now I'm confused. I don't even,
Nah, say that for me. I'm getting who I want. Like, there's certain dudes in the crowd who I'm getting what I want. Now, if it's there's so many. I think it's just very simple for dudes. And I don't think that it's an insecurity all the time when it comes to the dudes. I don't want to say that the guy that's going to holler at, I had a friend that would holler at the big girl, like out the friend group. I don't know if that's what he just liked, but that's what he felt like. That's my thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I know I got the big girl. You know what I mean?
Big girls need love too,
So it's just very, I don't know, it's just more role based, where if you flipped it and you had a group of girls y'all all are gonna want the same dude. Like all the girls are gonna want the same one or maybe two dudes. Where guys, we're looking at it more realistically, like, all right, bro, you got bet. All right. We know how to, we know how to figure it out. Y'all.
No, that's a fact.
Y'all ain't having that. Y'all ain't, and whoever gets the guy that all y'all wanted, y'all can't wait until, I don't know. That's just my perception.
My mom used to tell me that her and her homegirls, when they used to go out, if they all like the same guy, they would just say to each other, like, listen, whoever he's feeling, no hard feelings.
Yeah, right. They're gonna be doing little things to,
like if all five of us want him, it's who he likes back, whatever. Like no hard feelings. So I always like that.
But were there hard feelings?
With my mom and her friends, like they've been friends all their lives. I don't think I've ever heard that they've had an issue.
But I will say, all right, a little experience. There was a group of girls, and they all went for it, and some were successful, some weren't, and there were feelings, but they still went for it. A win is a win.
I don't know. I'm mad at this one. I'm mad at this one, man. I'm married on the low, yeah. I've been married since I was, I'm married.
Oh, you are?
Not really, but
he kind of
not really. Just in my mind, you feel me? That's how. Matter of fact, you said that's how you got to carry yourself in these situations.
That's your reputation.
Fellas. If you really want, lady, carry yourself like you're married. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm just a little above this.
But it's so true. Like I feel like women get so intrigued because they think that because you're treating your girl really good, if they get you, you're gonna do the same for them. And it's
word is bond.
True.
That's how women think. This is how
I'm married too.
I'm married.
Listen,
I've been married like 2 times.
You're married. Oh my God! At least you're gonna have options. At least I think.
Yeah, dudes married are always gonna have more options. That's why, like, I know a lot of dudes they break up.
Record yourself cleaning the house.
Oh, you got. Let me put it on the board.
Get my slipper. Get my slipper, Dustin. Stop playing with
me. You got all the tools in your house.
Yeah, I'm about to make
content board. I got my content board.
I'm about to text my assistant.
Matter of fact, hold up. I did that on the low. Remember when I did the room? I did the room cleaning. I already did it, and I got mad love on it.
I'm about to order you vacuum right now. Yeah,
that's why I show the videos of the tea. I be cooking. Doing a little of that. Yeah,
light up a candle.
Y'all playing with me. I'm about to order a new Dyson right now. Stop playing.
And you're gonna order the Dyson. That's it. That's
cordless.
What's that?
The cordless vacuum.
Woman wants
come on, bro. Oh, you get a cordless.
I'm gonna take the shirt off.
That's a whole nother grade.
Just another weekend.
Every girl wants the Dyson. So.
Every girl wants a Dyson. Yo, that may be my next. That's the next caption on my next post. Every girl wants a Dyson. I'm a Dyson. That's gonna be that's it. Yeah.
Shit, I want a Dyson. Like, oh my God.
But think about it. What does Dyson have? Great reputation, reliable, gonna rock with you for a very long time. You know what I'm saying? You could put it through some stuff, still going, still function for the most part. See?
The one in my father has to work.
See, be like a Dyson. That's my last words. Oh, I'm looking forward to aligning myself with more Dyson energy and making sure that my reputation is exactly what people feel in real life.
Does that mean you want to be wanted by everybody?
Of course.
Okay.
I wouldn't mind a little bit of wanting.
Of course. What you mean? You want to be, and it's not about necessarily me being wanted. I just want to hold myself to standards that are just going to be aligned with what's desirable. Because the more, think about it with your standards. Okay, fitness, intelligence, being nice to a person, knowing how to communicate with them. Like those are all things that are going to make people attracted to you. And I think that the more people are attracted to us, the more that we're going to be able to have power in our influence. And as long as we're using it to empower them and do positive things, then I think that's a win.
That's a win. I agree.
I'm out of here, man. Y'all finish it. Nah.
I'm not gonna lie. Y'all talking about all that. I'm sitting here thinking, like, if I saw a girl post herself cleaning her house, yeah, I would like the post. I would 100%. I would swipe up in the DMs too.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah,
bro,
but wouldn't
I'm
that
saying,
be make me behavior eat too? Like, okay, let me show how much of a good mom I am. That way, like, people
I
are
was
gonna
signing
want
the
me to
DM.
be their baby mother.
I
Like,
was signing the DM.
you know?
100%.
if she's willing to go out of her way,
Yeah, I was signing the DM.
if she's willing to go out of her
100%.
way and she knows that this particular activity is going to attract a guy, that's what we want, then compared to I love women, but yeah, I'm just kind of joking around a little bit about it, but if she's faking it and she's just, doing the little sweeping, or she's at the oven, turning back, showing her butt with the little booty shorts,
that ain't it. That ain't
like,
it.
all right, girl, that's extra. But if she actually, that's not a reputation. That's just, your reputation is something different. Now you're trying to do this.
Yeah.
But for women that just, stay out the way a little bit, not doing anything extra. If I don't see you a lot on Instagram or social media platforms, that's an amazing reputation. But, that's just.
Patrice, last words.
Yeah, you finish this out.
His energy's going down.
You finish this out.
No, listen, I agree with you, but now I'm gonna think about something, and it's reputation versus perception. I'm gonna think about that more once we finish this up. But do I care about our reputation? Do I wanna? I mean, I would love to empower others. Don't get me wrong, but I don't want to feel like I'm responsible for you. Like, okay, let me not say this. That way, others don't think this. Like, I don't. I'm not meant to live in that kind of jail. I find it like I think that's prison to me. But overall, it's important. After all, you don't want to suffer because you want a bad reputation. So I would say a key takeaway is to really be mindful of the actions that you take, because one bad thing can ruin it all forever.
That's solid.
Agreed. That's good.
Care who you are. Like, first, think of a DUI. Like, you could be a really good person. You're driving drunk. You kill somebody. Now you're doomed for life. Now you're so bad. Like, it takes one thing to just ruin everything. So
yeah.
Not only
free Breezy, man. Free Chris Brown.
but actions too. Yeah.
So basically.
Wait, what's the next law, Dag? Well, we got.
So yeah, the next law. Let's see what we got. Law number 6. Court attention at all costs.
That was spicy.
Yeah.
That was spicy.
Court attention at all costs. I'll read the first part of it. The judgment. Everything is judged by its appearance. What is unseen counts for nothing. Never let yourself get lost in the crowd, then or buried in oblivion. Stand out. Be conspicuous at all costs. Make yourself a magnet of attention by appearing larger, more colorful, more mysterious than the bland and timid masses. All right, well, on that note, we shall see y'all soon.
Dyson coming soon.
Dyson Energy.
Dyson sponsor me.
Yeah.